Hello, viewers. Welcome to the third episode of StriveUp, the Startup Chronicles by nasscom Insights in 2024. This edition is very special. It is also our first in-person StriveUp session, and I have a very special guest with me, Divyanshu Verma, co-founder and CEO of Redinent Innovations Private Limited. Welcome, Divyanshu.
Thanks, Namita. Glad to be here. It's great.
Sure. Divyanshu has a phenomenal track record when it comes to work experience as well as his academic background. He has over 2 decades of experience in tech R&D and end-to-end cybersecurity strategies, roadmap building, standards and compliance management advisory, as well as end-to-end execution support. With Redinent, his focus is purely on IoT security and all the adjacencies that come with IoT security in today's world. He is an alumnus of IIM Bangalore, IIT Delhi, and BHU. He has served at leadership positions in Intel, Broadcom, Ericsson, and Dell before taking on the entrepreneurship role at Redinent. He is also the co-inventor of 2 US patents and 1 Indian patent and has co-authored several technical papers in IEEE. Divyanshu, it's a privilege for me to be speaking with you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Namita. It's likewise here. nasscom has been a part of my journey from 2013, where I used to work very closely in nasscom Bangalore for their education and cloud strategy. And I truly see that Indian technology industry has grown because nasscom worked very hard for that, including NPC and so many conferences that you guys did, bringing the whole ecosystem together. That is one of the reasons that today India is on the top of deep tech. Right?
Thank you for the kind words. To start with, Divyanshu, tell us a little bit about Redinent's journey. How did you get to start the organization? This is an IoT security. What led you, what inspired you to take this particular topic? And how far have you come? How has your journey been with Redinent?
Great question. So, my personal journey with IoT goes back to 2013, when I was grooming a startup, which were developing a lot of embedded products. And there were a lot of this new buzz of having internet connected toasters or toys. So they did a toy which was supposed to, download the content of jingles and parents' songs and play to the kids when parents are not around. And the first question I asked them was that, how do you know it's parents' kid, like jingles or voice?
Exactly.
Right? So even though there was no deep fake or AI at that time, but I thought somebody else can do that, and that happened. So that particular toy went into a big legal flux, and because 100 of the kids got impacted with a very dangerous content of voices, and these are like minors and babies. So that was one of the eye-opener. Plus, I was generally saying that, okay, stealing data is bad, but stealing life is very tough, right? You cannot take the videos and from my home or anybody's home or workplace, or what if the fire alarm gets hacked, right? Or what if there are very critical infrastructure things in the house, motion sensors in the bank.
Absolutely.
So we looked into this problem, and fast forward 2020, 1920, when the COVID came, everybody's life was digitally transformed, right? Everything was digital. Then I told it's high time, because these devices are vulnerable. They don't have antivirus. They don't have the level of protection which we put for our laptops. Right? Their passwords are mostly pasted on it. So we need to have a protection for them as a society, as a civilization. Because digital transformation is good, but security has to be factored in.
Right.
So kind of did a normal back of the envelope calculation. And there was a time when I was using a lot of Shodan, which is again search engine for hacked IoT devices in the world.
Okay.
In my position were 100 million devices, which I knew they are vulnerable. These were shift control devices, they were pacemaker.
Wow.
Yes, these were like police and military vehicles, which got connected to internet and exposed with password. Or the entire city camera was, we could see the whole city. Anything. So that prompted me to take a decision that it's high time that some of us need to look into that. We were not the first one, first in India, but globally we were top 3. 2-3 more companies were there. So we realized this problem, we looked into that. We realized that the biggest problem is these devices are never audited. The way a laptop's password expires,
Right.
a camera or a lift password never expires, right? It can be used
True.
with admin for ages. They never passed. So we created a, well, now it's patented also, automated system which scans this device like antivirus and then tells the organization that these are the vulnerabilities, these are the patches and security available for them, and you can fix it.
Got it.
So that's the journey. The word Redinent stands with red intent. So red teaming is known to kind of do an attack kind of thing.
Yeah.
So organizations should have an attack to break and like know their system strength.
Right.
So that's the word red and intent became Redinent. And
Very
the logo
interesting.
is a bird called Arctic Tam. They're the most sustain, like kind of most strong bird because it
The most
covers,
resilient, you would say.
resilient and it covers the whole earth in like least number of time or something like that. So that became our logo because it's a long journey. So that's the whole journey.
Absolutely, and very well said. It's a very, very long journey
Yeah.
with security. It's a journey that probably requires a lot of patience, perseverance, requires very, very deep analysis. And I think the aspects that you mentioned with which Redinent started, your vision, right,
Yeah.
was not just looking at how employees or people who work on internet use internet, but its vulnerabilities as everything becomes more and more digitized,
Of course.
which is the over expansive span of security. And I think Redinent, as Redinent, you've built a platform that's very, very all encompassing.
Yeah.
Looks at least 6 major areas where you can assess either and this is what I understood, either exploratory
Yes.
or some mitigative steps.
Exactly.
So tell us a lot more about what this platform is.
So platform, we factored in the security decision and business decision. The platform following the first device and first thing was to build a team. So I have people who knew. My one founder is a hacker from the age of 16 and he never finished his school, but he taught in Pune University cybersecurity. He has been a
Nice.
contributor. Orkodhar, who's the CDO, much younger than me, much more agile. And then third is the Navy commander, ex-Navy commander. He is a die-hard defense guy, no security. So he served as commander in the Navy, then retired, took a voluntary retirement. So there are people I knew, so I discussed with them. So both agreed that it's a valid thought. That's huge vulnerability. So let us build something around it. So that was first thing was a team. Then all of us discussed and I proposed that let's choose camera first because
Interesting.
from business side, a camera hack can be explained to a 6-year-old to a 60 or 70-year-old grandma. They all understand that video has been taken and there is a repercussion of a video stealing because it's a personal information. Plus privacy invasion, plus cameras can be stopped and cameras are the devices we can put that they can keep functioning 24 into 7 and keep the place in control. Say an airport, if the camera is not working, the airport will stop functioning, right? Similarly, critical officers in business. So we chose that as the first device. And we understood the whole journey of the camera from set model, what we call perspective. That a camera is a device connected to network, so it has to have network security.
Good.
It has a full computing or we'll say network stack of TCP. It must have all the protection there against DOS, DDoS and all. Lastly, the camera has a very exclusive protocol called RTSP, real-time streaming protocol. That has to be protected. So we looked into this holistic and came up with a solution. I will say Almighty was kind and society was helpful. So after the company, we took 1 good year to build a product. And after we were in the MVP stage that we got first paid customer. That was the Electronic City Bangalore. We are very thankful to them all the time. They told me we have all the big organizations, Wipros and Infosys and HPs. So we need our cameras to be protected or IT protected.
Got it.
So that was the kicking point, and we had very good feedback from Hyderabad airport where camera glitches were seen and could not be explained. So when our product was there, we could see that somebody had changed the password. So these were early successes, or maybe say signs of success or not signs of success, which helped them to build a full stack. After the cameras, every customer was saying that what about door locks? What identity access management, where your smart card can be hacked? Yeah. So ours was mostly customer-led journey,
Very
where
interesting.
every customer came up with something new, helped us to think about it, and then, so we built an extensible platform. We told, okay, we can't build all the devices. Let's build an extensible platform. So today we put our platform in the customer completely on-premise, so there's no connection to cloud or internet. Then it scans a particular kind of devices, helps customer know the threat perspective, and then gives them also it's the end of life or what's the brand. So we have seen many devices which claim to be made in India, but they're not made in India. The case is made in India. The firmware is still from a land sharing country, especially China, and we could find that with our technology.
Got it. Interesting.
So this was that, and then now the platform is probably covers 10, 15,000 signature. Can find out most of devices. We run with oil and gas majors such as ONGCs and all, GL, ONGCs, railways and all. So that's where the whole thing is.
Very interesting. I think that is probably one of the biggest problems, right? In the security world, where particularly with IoT devices, that every device offers a different attack surface. And given the way Indian companies are, there's too much of legacy to modern. So the variety of devices that you have to probably retrofit versus new devices that are inbuilt with these IoT sensors, there's huge amount of diversity.
Yes.
And the platform is able to address majority of it. Very interesting. Help us understand what else do you, so there is IoT sensors data tracking. How do you use analytics, AI, ML, etc. to be able to even predict beforehand that this is the kind of vulnerability that will come out?
So what we say is hackers are also human being till date. But the next level of hack is not AI, not human, it's AI based. So we are working on a LLM kind of thing that the way I feel a stress or a threat, if I'm walking somewhere, device also feels in the same way. So we are devising that model that if an AI generated threat comes up, how will device perceive it?
Got it.
Say if I walk into a dark, I worked in US and I remember first time when I went, I could not understand that if you're asked by police to stop, don't lift your hand. So almost cops pointed a gun on me and then I had to lie on the ground. So then I realized that, okay, how do human behave in threat? So devices also behave. So we are working on, right now we have moved from, I'll say human generated hacking risk. We are developing an AI generated counter for AI generated risks.
Got it.
So interesting one. Then second thing, very important was each device. So if you see at a protocol level, devices have a DNA. It's all about understanding that. Say like any CCTV camera in the world, doesn't matter who built it. They use 2-3 protocols. If we understand those protocols, the world is safe. So we do a lot of research and our patent is in the same area of finding out all threats together on CCTV camera on IoT devices. So what we look into is that what are the commonalities?
Got it.
Say EV charging station, right now we are putting a lot everywhere in the world. Many of them give out data, customers, credit card and all. Plus somebody can also, some of these can also throw overload to the grid, which is a very big risk.
Wow. So you can hack a complete grid.
So they now work on OCP or what the Open Charge Control Protocol.
Got it.
So we work at that level and then provide to try to find it.
Very interesting. I think that also gives us a picture of how you are thinking about expanding into the next set of solutions and offerings as Redinent. Where do you see your organization, let's say in the next 5 years, when it comes to addressing overall security concerns? You know, there are organizational concerns, as you said, there are national concerns, and then there are, you know, international concerns. Do you see consensus across, do you see commonalities and some standards coming out of these concerns? Because we are increasingly becoming digitized in a similar way.
Yeah.
So how do you see this in the next 5 years? Where do you see your role?
Very, very interesting question. As a CEO, this is what
keeps you up in the night.
Yes, and most of my time being that how do I reach out? Because to me, security is very, I'll say, national security is very personal to nation. My security is very personal to me.
Right.
My privacy is very personal to me. I don't want to lose it.
Yeah.
So this is one question which intrigues me all the time. So what we will do is we are almost becoming a platform now, where we told that let other people who are good in certain areas develop. So say one of the two students who are working on connected car security, so they want to port their solution to our platform.
Interesting.
Yeah. Similarly, we know one Lyft company. They wanted this Indian company doing software for Lyft. So when they knew about us, they told us, "Can we give out security code to you and we can share the revenue. So we technically, if you see 5 years, we will become a platform.
So you're looking at very interesting partnerships here.
Yeah.
So wherever security has adjacencies, it need not just be around the tech stack itself. For example, you said students are building something and they are ready to white label it through you. That's very interesting. Tell us some, prominent partnerships that you do today.
Yeah, so we have very tier one partnership. Say, Bharat Electronics Limited is a partner, Telecom Consulting Intelligence is a partner, Mahindra Defense is a partner,
Got it.
GMI is a partner. We're almost closing, cannot say the name because of NDA, with the largest telecom service provider of the world.
And you also work with a lot of academics.
A lot of academies. IIT is a partner, then a couple of more institutes are partner. So we are seeing that there is a genuine interest in security, but there is a seamless platform is missing. Say, as an individual, if I develop some security product or extension or plugin, where do I put it?
Right.
So we want to become that.
Interesting.
So, and then the organizations can choose from the catalog that automotive security, door security, camera security, and we share the revenue with the developer. Obviously, we assume that 60% of the content will come internally from us, but we definitely will have a smaller role and more security professionals from India and world can come.
Very, very interesting model. I have one last question, and we'll, kind of end this conversation with that. You've gone from cameras to become a platform of choice across the board. It's been an incredible journey in the next 10 years. So that's fantastic to know. Now I have one very good, important question for you. There are a lot of our viewers who are startups. A lot of them probably in the security space. And this is not an easy space, as you said, right? What are your two biggest learnings that you would like to share with these people on the technology side, to guiding principles, and on the business growth side? Two guiding principles: how to look for tech and create a moat and grow. On the business side, how to grow the business.
Very, very important question. And we face this ups and downs there. Simply building a security product doesn't get you the market, because the biggest thing is trust. How should I trust this product itself to secure me and not take my data or something like that?
Exactly.
Right? So every startup who's a security startup has to factor that. And the second 2-3 points here. So now, if in our case, we chose camera because camera's hack was easy to show. And it was understandable by from 6-year-old to 76-year-old, anybody.
Affects everybody.
Yes. And privacy is important.
Is important.
Now, government has laws on privacy like DPDPA 23 in India, GDPR, California Consumer Privacy Act, etc. So that decision to choose what, I could have started with a door controller. But to explain a door controller hack takes much more information. So ease of customer has to be kept in mind, like any other thing. Second very important thing is uniqueness. So uniqueness comes not from the first step, but for 1,000 steps what you take. Then it becomes deeper, and finally you are unique.
And you persevered on the path once you decided this is the right one.
So we knew that our first 1.5 to 2 years will be tough. We maybe have one customer or zero customer, but we have to walk that path, 1,000 steps, so that when people see an IoT stack from us, they know that we have taken care of everything or many of the things.
Okay.
So that is the moat which I say that every startup has to do. Today in the world of open source, probably you think of a solution, the first version is available in Unity. And people know about it.
Yeah.
But from that first small piece to putting a lot of technical depth, that makes you unique. That makes customers happy. Because customers don't buy the product because it's from the startup. They buy the product because it's good. It's a value for them.
Right.
And rightfully, security so, in security more, because security is not a revenue earning thing for most of the industry.
Exactly.
It's a cost.
It's a cost center.
So it has to be put that, okay, this is the cost, but also an, I will say, solution that helps you to save a lot of compliance, security, and a lot of statutory legal penalty that can come up. So why our customer buys today? Because they know that if one power plant stops today, the loss is much high.
True.
So they do that. So these are the things that one startup has to look into that. don't go into many things. Take one, walk 1,000 steps in that. It's very easy to walk 5 steps. So that's my solution.
That's fantastic advice, viewers. Choose the right product, take time to select the product, go very deep technically, persevere, and also be very aggressive when it comes to putting out your product. Take care of all the adjacencies. Thank you so much, Divyanshu. That was fantastic talking to you today. Again, our privilege having interacted with you. With that, viewers, it's a wrap on this particular session of StriveUp, the Startup Chronicles from NASCOM Insights. We had Redinent CEO Divyanshu Verma with us today. For more from NASCOM Insights on technology industries, keep watching. Do not forget to like us, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel. Till then, till next time, thank you.
Thanks, Namita. Yeah.